Well, hello there, family. Well, since you muted, I'm going to guess you said, "How are you?" Yeah. Yeah. I can't hear. I can't hear nothing you talking about. What you talking about over there? You can hear me now, though. Hold on. Yeah. Let me make sure. I can. Yeah, I can hear you now. Find out what's going on not being connected to my USB. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, for some reason it's not coming through my it's not coming through my speakers like it was last week. I don't know if I got to switch it over to something else. What's going on, Mike? What's happening, Cub?
What's going on today?
Not a thing, man. Yeah. I gotta switch this over to AB. Yeah, because I'm not hearing it as loud as I was last week. Lesson. Yes, last week I had y'all coming through my speakers and everything.
Ain't coming through now?
No, it's coming through the speakers on the phone, but not the stereo like the music. I had to switch over. Let me see it here. I don't know what's going on with this sound.
I'm good.
Let me see here. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out here. I just have to just listen closely.
Be that low?
Yeah, it's something ain't right. Let me turn off one of my fans. Since I'm in the garage, I gotta have one of these fans on. I don't know what the heck is going on. Let me make sure my settings is all okay. Coach Kev, what's going on, brother?
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on, Coach?
What's up, fellas?
What's going on, man? Hey, she great side, so I'm going to mute.
You just getting off the bus?
Man, yeah. I just ran down I had to run down the hill, bro. I didn't think
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to She's the Boss Radio Network. We are 24-hour radio focused on topics to build, strengthen, inspire, as well as motivate men, women, and youth from the home to the conference room and around our community. I am your host, Mike B. Along with my two co-hosts, got Coach Cab and Iman.
What's going on, everyone?
What's going
Top
on
of the
today,
afternoon.
man?
Top of the afternoon to you fine folks, as well as the young lady over there from She's the Boss Radio Network.
Love it.
What's going on today, man?
Man, it's a whole lot going on in the world of sports.
Man, I ain't heard nothing. Ain't nothing going on these parts.
Well, only thing you worried about is that deal getting done for that guy named Dak. That's the only. If it ain't about Dak, then you don't really care about it.
Right, it ain't get done. So ain't nothing happened today.
I thought it was. They said the deadline was today at 4:00, right?
Yeah, it ain't get done.
Oh,
Ain't get done. He got to play for the franchise tag.
okay.
So the Cowboys gonna lose out on this one. The Cowboys gonna lose. They ain't want to pay the man. Did you know that they tried to get this man less percentage than Ryan Tannehill? Less percentage money than Ryan Tannehill, man.
I don't want to start. I don't want to use the race card or nothing, man. But come on, man.
That's terrible, man.
Well, what is it? What is the issue, man?
The issue is they want a 5-year deal. Everybody else that signed got a 4-year deal. Everybody else, you got Kirk Cousins got a 3-year deal. You got Russell Wilson got a 4-year deal. Everybody, any other quarterback got a 4-year deal. They want to get that 5-year deal with $110 million guaranteed, right? So that's less than what Tannehill 4-year deal is. Tannehill get a 4-year deal with guaranteed money, but it's more than what Dak was gonna get for guaranteed money. And in no way he was gonna sign that contract. But I don't want to bore y'all with my Dak.
No, man.
Well, I think we were bored when we first brought up Dak, but we had to get that out the way first so we can talk some real sports. We only got an hour or less than that now because she's the boss. She's cutting us off right at 7:00. We got to go. Now, but you know what? In all honesty, Dak should have been paid. Like you said last year, they should have signed him last year to that. They should have signed him last year to that big money deal, but they went on ahead and got Zeke first. I mean, I understand that, but then again, I don't. They signed all the defensive players to these 3 or 4 year big deals. They signed Zeke to his $100 million deal, whatever else he got.
Yeah. And
for that team, like I say, I'm not the biggest Cowboys supporter as you are. This is I'm pretty sure, just like some people may not be the biggest Ravens supporter, but as far as football goes, pay the man and move on.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I agree 100%, and it all comes down to respect. And like you said, I'm a Giants fan, and but I respect the game. And this man deserved to get paid 2 years ago. And why you haven't paid him? So, shout out to Zach, excuse me. And I hope you get your money, my brother.
Yeah. I applaud him for standing tall, man. He ain't budged.
Absolutely.
He definitely ain't budged. But that's. So, what do y'all think about the Redskins changing their name? It's not going to be the same now. I hate the Redskins.
The name will change. The name will change, but the history will still be there. It's no different than the they were the Baltimore Bullets, and they switched to the Washington Bullets, and then they switched to the Washington Wizards. The history of the Bullets are still there, with, what I'm saying, Wes Unseld and all these other guys or whatever else like that. But, the history is still there. The name changed, we got the Cleveland Browns as the Ravens. The name didn't change. We got better.
One of the things that we have to adjust to as we move forward in this world is adjustment. We have to adjust to the new things. We all three of us are fans. We have teams in the NBA, NFL. Today's world is about the individual. So we have to learn how to adjust. Look at a guy like Coach K. Coach K didn't like the one and done guys, but he was like, you know what? I got to adjust to this. I got to handle it or I'm not going to have a job. So, we just have to adjust to it. It's different. It's not something that we're used to doing. I mean, Washington, it'll always be the Redskins. They're going to call them the Redskins anyway. Even I look at St. John's, the Redmen. It was the Redmen. Now there's the Red Storm.
Right.
It's always going to be St. John's. We never really use the nickname. Like, it's Duke. You don't say the Duke Blue Devils. You don't ever say you might say the Tar Heels out of that one, out of all of them. But it's always North Carolina. It's always Duke. It's always, so some of those names are not even relevant.
But
football, maybe so. Maybe in football, maybe in pro football.
For me, it's the Redskins, man. It ain't Washington. It's the Redskins, and I hate them. And I can't hate the Red Tails.
I still call the Brooklyn Nets jersey because it's just a force of habit.
But it's different though. The
Absolutely.
Redskins and Cowboys. Redskins and Cowboys.
Absolutely.
It's just not gonna be the same for me. I don't hate the Redskins, the Washington Warriors or the Washington Red Tails. I hate the Redskins.
Yeah, it's gonna be different. It's gonna take a getting used to, but you're still gonna hate those dudes anyway.
I just might like the Warriors.
And knowing you flim flam me, you switch teams every other day. So you might just like them dudes, man.
Well, I can say I'm a fan of football.
That's true. I agree with you on that.
I like football. Dallas just happened to be with me since I was a little boy. But yeah, I just like football.
You see the football gods when you started talking about you've been watching it. They froze you up for a minute because you've been talking about something. You were frozen there in time because just like Stephen A. said, the Cowboys fan base, they are stuck in the mid-90s. They are stuck in time with those championships. But like I said, it's time, in all seriousness, it's time for Dak and Zeke and that defense to step up and show why, their fan base, and I'll give it to you, Dallas fan base is one of the most loyal fan bases besides the Cleveland Browns. They are one of the most loyal fan bases in football.
But I can tell you this: if we don't get it done with Mike McCarthy, we're not gonna ever get it done.
But will things change just after 1 year under his leadership? Do they have to change? But so basically, you get look at the Ravens, for example. Every year we had under Flacco, since his first year, there was a new offensive coordinator, and I think this is the first year we've had a consecutive two consecutive years with the same offensive coordinator. It's kind of like Alabama. They never had the same offensive coordinator more than a year and a half because Nick Saban's like, okay, we can't get it on offense, but yet he never fires the defensive coordinators.
Right.
And last year was one of their worst years. Last year was one of their worst 2 years on defense. But it's always the offensive coordinator's position if they're not putting up 45, 50 points a game. So, I mean, it's just time for Dak, Zeke, Austin,
Cooper.
Cooper, and that defense to step up and really show why the Americans team. In all honesty, now that
Cooper is the key.
Yeah,
Cooper is the key. And
are they predicting Mahomes to win another Super Bowl again this year? Who's the favorite? Who's the favorite?
Kansas City is. Of course he is.
Okay.
The boy bad. He's a great player already, and he got weapons. So if the defense can step up, the AFC is going to be tough.
Yeah.
The AFC going to be tough.
Is Brady in the AFC?
No, Brady in the NFC.
Brady dropped down in the NFC with the Buccaneers, and their first game was against the Saints. The Saints.
Saints.
Yeah.
Yep. So the thing, I was watching Skip and Shannon, and they was talking about black quarterback. And, they gave Cam a little bit of money, the $7 million, and they gave Jameis Winston the $1 million. But when Drew Brees tore his shoulder out of place, they gave him $60 million.
Wow.
They come from San Diego to the Saints.
They said when Peyton Manning came back, they gave him $56 million, and it wasn't even a question.
Right.
But now, Cam Newton's got to have all these latent incentives and all of this. These dudes is holding on to old glory, and it's time to let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah.
These dudes are more mobile. These dudes are better. These guys are stronger. They can throw the ball. They can run the ball. It's just not. What the problem is with all of us is that most of us are traditionalists, and we have to learn how to get away from that, man. Because this world is changing every other day, especially with this COVID.
Ryan Tannehill making more. I hate to keep on using Tannehill, but he's making more than Cam Newton. There's no way he's a better quarterback. Not way.
Not at all.
No way. So, and now we got Cam Newton. Now they already complaining in Boston about Cam Newton and his celebrations after the plays. The season haven't even begun yet, and they already complaining.
Well, they from what I read and what I saw was that I think they say he can tone it down some. From what I'm gathering, like you don't always have to after every play make a gesture. This is what I think they're referring to. Now they also said that Belichick is not opposed to people celebrating.
Right.
After you work hard, you work for that, you work all week and you score, celebrate it. So that's what I heard from his end. But that's just society. That's just people putting labels on our quarterbacks. We are entertainers all the way around. We score, we're going to celebrate. That's an accomplishment. It's not like basketball.
It's life.
Yeah, but when Brady go to the sideline, slam helmets, and cuss out the coaches, that's passion.
Absolutely.
When Cam go over there and have a disagreement with his coach, he been a bad teammate.
Mm-hmm.
When Tom do it's psycho Tom.
He's a troublemaker.
Yeah. So they got a double standard for black quarterbacks all the way around.
Man, they got a double standard for black people, bruh. That ain't never changed. So it's sad that has to happen, man. These guys are talented, man. They work hard just as well as everyone else.
Right. Right. So
they should be given the opportunity.
I'm going to guess that once you gave that head nod, that means it was time for a commercial break.
Nah, not tonight.
Oh, not tonight. We don't have no commercial breaks tonight.
Not
We
tonight.
don't have a single commercial break tonight. Oh man,
Not tonight.
We gotta let my man Iman give us the commercial send off.
Oh man, I was getting ready to I was gonna break out some new stuff tonight, some new work. But that, you know what this means? That means we got a full hour on She's the Boss Radio Network without taking any commercial break. You know what? If I could, I would fly there to Baltimore to the studios, give you guys a hug, and then
let's get one break in. Let's get one break in, so you can go ahead and do what you can do.
So we can just go hard the rest of the night. All right, Ben, check this out, man. We got to take a commercial break right now because She's the Boss Radio Network, the best network there is out there for sports, entertainment, as well as everything under the sun right now. We got to take a commercial break. We're going to pay some bills, and when we come back, we're going to make it do what it do.
Give son a write love letter. When I'm around, everything seem better. Woman forget romance every time. Make chills run down them spine. Speak your mind.
Oh, you remember how I go boom, boom, boom. You know when you get me hot to go boom, boom, boom. When you touch me like that to go boom, boom, boom. You know when you hit the spot to go boom, boom, boom. Oh, you remember how I go boom, boom, boom. You know when you get me hot to go boom, boom, boom. When you touch me like that to go boom, boom, boom. You know when you hit the spot to go boom, boom, boom.
She lose it for real when me touch her. Take it real slow now, rush her. Tonight me I go stone and shiny brush her. Never had it like this, Samuel one boss her. Touched her and she lost it, I can see it on her face. She's shaking, I can feel it when she is in my embrace. She said,
oh, you remember how I go boom, boom, boom. You know when you get me hot to go boom, boom, boom. When you touch me like that to go boom, boom, boom. You know when you hit the spot to go boom, boom, boom. Oh, you remember how I go boom, boom, boom. You know when you get me hot to go boom, boom, boom. When you touch me like that to go boom, boom, boom. You know when you hit the spot to go boom, boom, boom.
Zoom, 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 zoom. Rude boy loving me, give her, make her rock go.
Baby, please control. You know I'm on fire when my baby give me stuff like this. You know me and my knees, lost my mind. Baby, please control. You know I'm on fire when my baby give me stuff like this. Oh, you remember how I go boom, boom, boom. You know when you get me hot to go boom, boom, boom. When you touch me like that to go boom, boom, boom. You know when you hit the spot to go boom, boom, boom. Oh, you remember how I go boom, boom, boom. You know when you get me hot to go boom, boom, boom. When you touch me like that to go boom, boom, boom. You know when you hit the spot to go boom, boom, boom.
Welcome back to SCB Sports Factor. I am your host, Mike B. Along with my co-host.
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, what's going on tonight? I don't know what She's the Boss is sipping on, but if that's not being sponsored by tonight.
I started to get a little excited, man.
I was excited too. You know what I mean? If that's the case,
we had Puffy with us, man. Take that. You know?
I know. She got that Puffy going on over there. Take that.
Yeah.
I know we joke around and stuff about the Cowboys a lot, and not trying to keep going back to it, but you know what I'm saying? They are one of the top earning teams of all kind. You know that star the star on there is big. And that's, most of the people here that I know of are Cowboys fans. San Antonio is, we're 4 hours from Dallas, 3.5, 4 hours from Dallas, but the fan base here for Cowboys is out of control. And granted, this is a mixture of people here in San Antonio because of all of the military. We got like 5 military bases here. And it's just a mixture of people and families. One of the, 5 largest growing cities, whatever they're expecting the population to basically double in the next 5 to 10 years here in San Antonio.
Wow.
But the Cowboys fan base is just out of control here. Even when I wear my Raven jersey, people are like, oh, Raven, they got their Cowboy jersey on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's one of them things. I just wanted to get that off. It's never a hate for a team like the hate for the Steelers. Or like you would say you would hate the team from Washington, you know what I'm saying? I just dislike them. And even you've seen pictures of me with my Cowboys skull cap on from back in the early 80s when I didn't have a choice and I didn't know no better. So I moved to Baltimore and got a real team. But yeah, but all I'm saying is pay that man. That's all I'm saying. We can go on to the next topic, whatever that may be, but yeah, let's do it.
Well, it's the bubble. I was just reading that Austin Rivers. They asked Austin Rivers, has he seen LeBron? Austin Rivers said, "Man, he ain't staying here with us." So he sent him a picture of a big castle. It's a big building, looked like a castle.
Right.
He said that's where LeBron staying at by himself. And I thought that was hilarious.
That's where all the princesses live. That's where all the princesses of Disney live, in that castle. So, of course, the biggest princess of the NBA got to stay in the biggest castle there.
Watch your mouth, man.
I know what we talk about.
Watch your mouth, man.
LeBron James, like I just said. And like I said, I respect that man for what he's done off the court. I respect him for what he's done on the court. And we've discussed this for a number of years now, but he will never be, and nobody will ever be Michael Jordan. No, let's get that. Nobody will ever be Michael Jordan. But yeah, I can see why Austin Rivers would say that. Poking fun at him, and you only got 300 people there living in the bubble, and each conference room is a full basketball court. So I mean, it's a $1 billion bubble. You gotta see him at some point.
Yeah, ain't no doubt. So this is my thing with the bubble. The dude said he got tired of eating bag lunches and went out the bubble to get some fast food.
Right.
Now he got sick for 14 days.
Who's that?
The boy from the Kings.
Yeah, from South.
Okay, yeah, I heard that one.
He went out the bubble and got caught. So now he got the quarantine for 14 days.
Yeah, they said somebody had went downstairs to get something else, and I guess he went outside. He went to go get his food, the DoorDash or whatever the case may be. But your boy Russell Westbrook has contracted the virus.
Right.
So, and they said Harden had it too.
Yeah, I just seen something that said Harden. He wasn't on the Rockets flight, but he's in Orlando now. So let me. I was just talking to I had a contractor over here at my home, and then I was also reading some stuff on our neighborhood Facebook page. Our little neighborhood gas station closed down because somebody came in, or they may have been contagious. Tell me this. How are you going to know that somebody may have come in to a facility that's contagious and to a gas station? You know what I'm saying? Our gas stations are like small grocery stores.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it doesn't matter where you go, somebody is going to walk in anywhere. So why would you close it down? And you never know Westbrook, how contagious he is. A lot of people not showing any symptoms, so they're going to test. You know, so if tests come back positive, you may not show any symptoms. So it's more like,
for the record, I tested negative just the other day.
Right.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm negative. I just went to take a test for the COVID.
I didn't have to take a test. I'm just drinking this beer that I got right here in my hand, and if I can smell it and I can taste it, I'm not showing any symptoms. Because one of the symptom is you lose your taste and you lose your smell. So it's one of the things. But you can be symptom free, and a lot of these guys probably are symptom free, but they're going to test positive. So the thing is, are you exercising on the side of caution, or do you want this to play out because of the big money thing? And they already said they're not going to start the season back up again probably till December.
Yeah, but I had that symptom back in January when I ain't know about the symptom.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so it's rough, man, because now the Patriot League, they canceled their fall season, so that's going to impact football in the Patriot League.
The Ivy League too.
Yeah, there's a lot of leagues that's canceling football.
I was just watching a show with the head coach of Notre Dame. Was it Chip Kelly?
Chip.
Right, and he's independent.
Right.
So a lot of the conferences are just playing within themselves.
Right.
Just conference game. So being that he's an independent, he was on one of these talk shows and talking about how he has to find some teams to play. I mean, people are calling him to play, but we got to see how that works out.
Of course, they're going to want to play Notre Dame because that's money.
Yeah.
Right.
That's money. So I was just thinking about the HBCU thing, where these kids are considering the HBCUs and the impact that it's going to have if our athletes start going to the HBCU. You can attract better coaches at HBCUs if the top athletes start signing with the HBCUs. So
I think it's all about money, as everything is. I think if they had the facilities at some of these universities, at the HBCUs that they have at the Dukes and all these other programs, then you might be able to get a coach. If you're able to get, like, some of these guys that used to play at these universities, some of these black coaches that want opportunities, why don't they reach out to these universities?
Yeah. There's a lot of assistants that should have a job.
I agree.
William Cassell been a coach for years now. Mm-hmm. He ain't even been considered for another job.
Mm-hmm.
So
he might. Does he want a job? Does he want?
I'm sure he does. He does. I'm sure he probably just ain't gonna take any job.
Right. It's got to be right.
He been sitting on the dock since he started coaching.
Right. Tyrone Lue got a spot, got an opportunity. So
there's a lot of assistants out there. There's a lot of assistants. So
I think a lot of times with some of these guys, when you talk about the assistants, some of these guys are NBA guys. So to go back to college, or college guy like when Pitino and Calipari tried to coach in the NBA, that wasn't your style, man. You can't come in here telling grown men certain things. I'm not practicing all the time, bro. I make more money than you.
No doubt.
I'm taking the day off, man. You know, so it's a different type of mentality that you have to have when you're dealing with grown men.
Yeah.
And even grown men that are younger than you, but these grown men are making much more money than you.
Yeah.
And control the narrative, so to speak. Because if they don't want to play and they don't want you there, oh, you're gonna be gone.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I definitely can agree with that. But you know, I just think that if we get some of these coaches that go to some of these HBCUs and attract some of these big time players, I think it can shake up the college sports. I think it can shake up college sports. And if some of these guys start going to the Howards, the North Carolina A&Ts, ESPN gonna come. They're gonna follow the big time players.
But here's the question: do you think? And I know that this may be a question that some GMs and some scouts may say, all right, well, he went to this school because of this, but is the competition any less, and will that make him look like a bigger star? You know, because if you're playing against, say, like if you're a Howard and you're playing against like Coppin State, and I'm not knocking Coppin State or Morgan or something like that, somebody in the MEAC, and you're a dominant player. Say, okay, here's a good one. Say if Zion Williamson went to one of these schools and played against some of this weaker competition in the MEAC. Do you still think he would have been? I think he still would have been the number one overall pick. But would a GM or somebody else look down on that, saying, well, they're playing against much lesser competition as opposed against playing against a Florida State or Maryland or any of these ACC and Big Ten teams that they playing against on a regular basis? Is that a fair question to ask?
That's a fair question to ask. But that GM is going to get fired.
There's no doubt about it.
If you don't select Zion Williams, some of these guys have been projected to be the number one pick since the 8th grade.
Right.
I agree.
So they're going in the top 10. Somewhere, somehow. Like a few years ago, you remember Joakim Noah? Joakim Noah, the first year, he was supposed to be the number one pick his junior year if he would have came out. Mm-hmm. He decided to go back to school so they can win it again.
Right.
Yeah.
He went from the first pick to the 9th pick. Like, what changed? You know, this is that, you know, I have that discussion with a couple of my friends all the time. Like, how do you go from being 1 to 9? You know, but you're still going to get that opportunity to play, and you got to go in and prove it. You got to go in and prove that you can play at this level.
Well, this is my thing. Zion would have been the number one pick if he hadn't played college basketball.
Without question.
He would have been the number one pick. So it wouldn't have mattered where he went to play at.
But what about some of these other players that's going to a Kentucky or a Duke or these are the big name schools that go on specifically for that 1 year. Now, if they go to another school, say I kind of look at it like watching the TBT tournament or the TBT. I just watched that. That is so much raw, unnatural, unfiltered talent that they got in there. Any of them guys, to me, seem like they could play. A lot of them played overseas and things like that. That's the way I'm looking at it. I'm saying I just think that a GM or a scout or somebody's going to look at it and say, and I'm playing devil's advocate here. A GM or a scout or somebody's going to look at it and say, well, you know, they didn't play against any real competition, but they still may be going somewhere between like a 5 and 10 to like a 15th pick in the case of Joakim Noah.
That statement will be made. That's definitely going to be made.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4 GMs, they're going to say that. Well, who did he play against? And then that way, what has to happen with those guys, if possible, if they could spread out the talent throughout the MEAC or or the whatever other conferences. I can't remember them off the top of my head. But if they spread like if 2 or 3 guys go here, 1 or 2 guys go there, and then the competition would go. But at the same time, that kid like Maker, he has to go and dominate the HBCU.
Yeah.
Like you would have dominated division, big time college basketball. You have to go in there and dominate it. Where the ESPN trucks are at every game. The CIAA tournament, that's one of the greatest tournaments of all time. And I'm not even just talking about the game.
I've been to the CIAA like 3 or 4 times. And I've never seen the game.
Well, I'm gonna leave that alone, brother. Listen, be careful, Mike. We're gonna leave that one alone. But it was just for me, it was a reunion with my Marine buddies. Right.
But it was a party, a big party.
Right. So that's a fact.
It was never about the game.
I agree.
It was never about the game. And some people don't even know who's in the CIAA, but been every year.
Go ahead, Keita girl.
The CIAA is the best tournament around, and I don't know why they want to move it from Charlotte to Baltimore. That's the worst thing they could have ever did for the CIAA. The worst. If it's not broke,
are there any CIAA teams up in Maryland?
Bowie.
Ain't nobody going to see Bowie.
Well,
yeah, no, my boy used to play for Bowie.
They saying in North Carolina have it every year. Right. So they moved it to Baltimore for 3 years. Worst mistake ever.
Okay.
That's all I can say. That's all I can say, man.
Let me ask. Let's change gears and let me get back to this NBA bubble. A lot of the things. One of the big things that's coming up with this thing is the social justice names on the back of the jerseys.
Right.
And some athletes have chosen to wear some, and some have chosen not to. The NBA came up with about 12 slogans that you can put on your jersey. Could be a little more, I'm not sure, but I know it's definitely at least 12. And some of the guys were a little upset because that's what they put up was not something that they would have put on their jersey. Now I'm assuming that these guys wouldn't be F the police and you stinking pig and all of that. It would be respectful. Right. So, and then one of the other things that was brought up, they was talking about putting the individuals' names on it. But as one of the commentators said, that might be a slippery slope because you might forget somebody's name. No, I mean that would be terrible. That would really be terrible for somebody's name and and their family to have to relive and go through that. So I kind of agree with the slogans. I think you should be able to put whatever you choose to put up there, and you should have been able to submit it to the NBA. That's just my opinion. What do you guys think about that?
Well, Jimmy Butler and LeBron chose not to have
right. Jimmy Butler's not even going to have his last name on it.
Right.
What I understand.
He don't want anything on the jersey.
Right.
So I don't want nothing on my jersey that you made up. Right. So if I'm gonna have something on my jersey, it's gonna be what I wanted that I submitted to you.
Right.
And not what you want to put on the back of the jersey. So I think the NBA trying, but it's not good, man. It's not good. Just play basketball. Just play. That's my opinion.
I hear you. Like, I think that these guys, I mean, yeah, it's kind of different because if everybody's not going to do it, like you were saying a couple of weeks ago on the show, if everybody's not going, let's just not go. Period. And I kind of agree with you on that.
Right.
Like, if everybody is not going to do it, it's not gonna. It's gonna make a mockery of what we're trying, the social injustice,
right,
of what they're trying to do. Now, one of the commentators, Skip Bayless, he said that as a white man, that to see LeBron with a message on his back would, okay, oh, that's what he wants, that's what he means. That's what he means. And as he said, from a white person and showing it all the time in his face, it would, okay, I need to research this. I need to look into this. This is really happening. He said, now it kind of like you're not a part of what is going on.
Right.
So I was kind of torn with that. But to question LeBron and what he does with his activism, I think is crazy. This guy is all over the place. He set up an initiative with voting. He has a school. He's putting kids in college. He's putting adults back in school. So, you can't question. I don't think you should be able to question his activism and what he believes in.
I don't think you can question, but he's the biggest name, the biggest star. The fans love him, and what he does hold a lot of weight. It holds a lot of weight, and like he was saying, you gotta keep pushing it in their face. You gotta keep pushing it in their face. If you don't, everybody gonna lose sight of what's going on here.
Right.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that they should have had a different. Well, I don't know. I'm not behind the scenes, and I'm pretty sure maybe they did or maybe they didn't. Where everybody, as a call, everybody should have been on the call and making the determination. Now, Kendrick Perkins said half of these guys don't even go to the meetings.
Right.
And then they complain. It's a regular union. Half the people go. It's like almost half the people go to the meetings. And then when something is wrong, you want to complain, but you weren't there to support.
Absolutely.
Well,
but do y'all even think it's gonna be a season, man?
I don't know, man. This is a tough one to gauge, man.
It's tough, man. And I hate now, like I said, if I couldn't go to battle with the guys that I started with, I don't want to go. And I know it's a money thing. I know you gotta go to get paid, but bringing people in for 8 games and then the playoffs, it's not good to me.
Somebody was saying that they think this is being set up for LeBron to win another championship, or to win a championship. It's short and sweet, but I think that a lot of the younger guys will be a lot hungrier because and honestly, it's almost set up just like a tournament. It's like this is set up just like. Exactly, you're exactly right. It's like you win or go home. It is exactly set up like that. And Kenny Smith said it best. He was like, these guys, the younger guys now, they're more focused. They don't have to worry about the crowd. They don't have to worry about home court advantage. They can just focus on playing basketball. They don't, because when younger guys go on the road, they think about everything else. What this crowd going to do, what they going to say, how they going to feel. Now these guys can just get back to playing basketball and calling it good. And this is set up to be, just like a tournament. It's really, and speaking of the TBT, that was great. I'm going to watch the championship game tonight. That was, the last few games. No, I'm serious, man. These last few games have been great. Overseas Elite, they lost last year to Carmen's crew. And then this year they got beat by, the team talking about cancer and everything else on 3-point shot. overseas league. They even had Joe Johnson on the team.
Right.
Joe Johnson was cheating, man. Joe Johnson
he had a big
in the
game
league
before, but yeah. But anyway, yeah. But that's exactly what this is set up like, the throwback tournament for the basketball tournament. I'm loving it. I can't wait to see it. It'll be a little different, but on the other hand, it's going to be something good to watch.
I think once they start playing, man, for everybody it'll be good. You know, the fans, the players, everybody involved. I think it'll be good.
But I can tell you this: they done messed up and gave LeBron rest because the wear and tear of the season, because he's an older cat now. But they didn't let him rest up now. So it might be a wrap for Kawhi and them.
Well, we'll see, man. And again, everybody's coming in, you know, like that. And it's going to take a game or two or three for dudes to really get their legs. Now, what I did hear about the NBA, the Lakers, out of all of the teams down there, 7 out of their 8 games are against playoff caliber teams.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And I don't know how fair that was on the schedule maker. But
hey,
it is what it is.
The West is loaded.
It is. Always has been. Well, not always has been, but it has been for the last few years.
Cause you got Denver. They healthy now.
I'm not too sold on Denver.
Okay.
Because I just don't think that experience-wise they'll do it. And I think they got a couple of dudes on that team that they're the hotheads, so to speak. Not hotheads, but Murray. You could get into Murray's head and he can start acting crazy. It's somebody else that I can't think of on that team, but Murray sticks out the most for me with them. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. Who to sleep with to me would be is Portland.
Is who?
Portland. Portland.
You got it. If Nurkic is his name Nurkic, if he's healthy, if he's healthy, they gonna be. And then you had Lillard had time to rest. You had all these players got time to rest. You absolutely right. Portland.
My man Carmelo is thirsty. He ain't have a haircut in about 4 months. You should see Melo. He ready. Melo said we jumping on him right away. We don't have time to play around.
They said Portland has the best starting 5 out of everybody right now.
Okay.
That's what they said.
I know that backcourt is serious. I
would love to see Melo get one.
That would be beautiful.
I would love to see him get one.
That would be beautiful. But you got to rebound the ball, Melo, and get a block shot once or twice in the game, and you be all right.
Yeah, well, he playing defense in practice.
Yeah, he is in my mind, he's one of the greatest players in the game today. Now, if we go back and we say one of the 50 greatest, I can't put him in the top 50. Now if you say scorers, that's something different. Then I can say, okay, one of the greatest scorers.
Oh, he can score at basketball.
There's no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, if we going to talk, because at some point the question is going to become, is he a Hall of Famer? And I'm sure this question has already been brought up. Like I said, is he one of the 50 greatest players of the game?
Of all time?
No.
Right.
Now, is he one of the 50 greatest scorers? Now, then I'll be like, yes. But then, like you say, and like Deion was talking about, Deion Sanders saying, now they just letting anybody in the Hall of Fame. They just put people in for the sake of putting them in. They're not even looking at the span.
Yeah.
Like if you look at a certain position, you say, did this guy dominate his position? Did he shut down, or did he do this? Did he do that? They just letting anybody in now for the sake of just letting them in. But going back, what I'm saying? It's so easy here to get off on a tangent because we have our passion we are men with a passion for sports, as Mike B said at the very beginning, as we've been saying this, as Nikita has been saying this since day one. We are men with passion for sports, and it's hard. It's very hard at times to just like, okay, our brains are constantly working and constantly thinking of the scenarios and similarities between sports because of everything that we've been through. But yeah, man, it's this basketball season is going to be something crazy. And like I said, they probably won't start back up again until December, and that's when most fans really start watching basketball anyway, because it's like, okay, it's the first 15, 20 games, October, November. Nobody really cares about it. It's just the start of something easy because you got football, you got the end of baseball and everything else. So when they start in December, that's when people really start paying attention anyway.
Absolutely. So, you know, the bubble, after the first round, when they send teams home, they're going to let each player bring up to 17 people into the bubble.
That makes no sense.
And they have to go through the quarantine like everybody else had to. So they gotta stay in their room for 48 hours, and they gotta have 2 negative tests before they can come out that room. So that's gonna be interesting, man.
Why even bring them into the bubble for that reason? Why? As soon as they get off the plane, before they even leave, they should be tested.
Yeah,
and they should be tested again before they get to the bubble. Because the thing is, by the time you get in there, if you get around your family and friends, somebody else gonna catch you.
Yeah. You ain't social distancing around your family, man.
No, not at all.
You're not doing that. And then at the end of the day, too, I ain't in the NBA, man. I ain't following that damn rule. I'm going outside to get something to eat.
Right.
I ain't down with the Warriors or the Cavs. You know. So
what do y'all think? What do y'all think about? They told them that they was going to have chefs and eat 3 and 4 meals a day, and got them boys eating bag lunches.
Hey, it's free food. At the end of the day, it's free food. You ain't paying for it.
The bag lunch, man. I guarantee you LeBron ain't up there eating a bag lunch.
Well, LeBron ain't over there, as we heard.
He ain't over there with this. He got his own castle up on the hill.
Yeah, but you can't do that, man. You can't do that. So, because if I'm James Harden or Steph Curry, then I'm pissed.
I mean, you should be pissed if you're anybody,
right?
Because you're risking your life and you're going out there. Now check this out. Somebody I was talking to, a friend of mine, he said, "We got people down there that's only gonna play for 8 games. Now, what happens when these dudes go out and go out the bubble, come back, and want to hang out with me? I'm a deep playoff run dude. Now you want to hang out with me, and you done gave me all the damn stuff. Now I can't play. You know?
Hey,
I think they should have just canceled the season, man. Now that all this is back, I think they should have just canceled the season. It would have been crazy, you know. But
yeah, I agree.
They needed to figure everything out, man, because you're rushing back for $1, man. This is what all this is about.
There's no doubt. Hey, man.
I know we only got 2 minutes left because the boss came over and told us. She said 3 minutes 1 minute ago. So, but I know we posted a question earlier today. I posted a question today or this morning. 10 seconds left. You got Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, or MJ to take the final shot. Now, it didn't say whether they was down by 2 or 3. It just said it's 10 seconds left. Who's taking the final shot? Me personally, you can scratch LeBron right off of that. I'm not putting because I'd rather send him to the foul line and make it.
That's a fact.
Anyway.
That's a fact.
So
that's a fact.
My biggest thing is it's either going to be Bird or Jordan. For me personally, Bird or Jordan. That's who it's going to be for me to end this game.
Okay. Well, you know who I'm going with.
I know you're going with Kobe. I already know you're going with the mama.
I'm going with the mama.
Yep.
I'm my brothers. I'm gonna have to switch up my allegiances because I'm gonna have to take that number 33 dude from Boston, man.
Yeah,
I done seen it, man. I'm gonna close it out. I'm gonna finish with this one. I went to a Knicks Celtic game about 15, 20 years ago, and me and my boy, he's a Celtic fan and everything, and we sitting in there, and the Knicks are rocking. We up 19 going into the third quarter, so I'm like, yeah, we got these dudes. My boy goes, here comes Larry Bird off the bench. Here comes Dennis Johnson. And next thing I know, the Knicks was down 10. And I'm like, well, Jesus. So I'm rolling with Larry Bird, man. I'm going to roll with Bird on that one, bro.
All right. With us. Hey, man. The hour went by fast.
Yes, it did.
I looked down. It's time to roll. So,
I think if we get Neatly Done to be a sponsor, I think we can go for a couple more, at least another half an hour.
Oh yeah, definitely. We can definitely do that because she's the Boss Radio Network. Is she got all the cosmetic line going on. She's neatly done cosmetics. It can't be neatly done cosmetics. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, neatly done, and she's the Boss Cosmetics. Hey, your face gotta be done right, or as the young folks say now. You got to beat this face. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, definitely. We got to find a way to get Neatly Done as the sponsor on there. To add an additional half an hour. I'll talk to the boss if she's the boss, and we can figure out some way to make this happen because hours just go by too fast. And I know we got a great lineup of shows.
Yes, sir.
That Mike B will discuss here in a second. But I just want to say, man, I appreciate y'all once again for this hour that we get a chance to talk sports, do what we love. I know Coach Kev was rushing in off the bus and everything else, but he didn't have his mask on. Seemed like so he might have been breathing a little heavy.
Brother, I'm definitely breathing heavy today. Play some kickball in the gym today, man. I'm done.
Yeah, man. Not for real, man. It's always a pleasure to talk sports with y'all, man, and see y'all on the
Absolutely.
We definitely got to do this again next week.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
I'm gonna give y'all this great lineup before we roll. Monday through Friday, 10 to 11. DJ D Mecca with Good Morning Soul. 12 to 1. DJ Danny D with the lunch special. Mondays, 7 o'clock, 7 to 8. We got Lakita and Tasha with the Losers Bench. Wednesday, 3 to 4. Andy Chambers, the Silver Fox. Wednesday, 7 to 8. We got Mike, Iman, and Coach Cad, Sports Factor. Thursdays, 5 to 6. DJ Dog Style and Hub. Thursdays from 7 to 8. We got Lakita and Pam Unboxed. Saturday, we got a great lineup on Saturdays. 1 to 2. Sharon Neighborhood Chat, 2 to 3, Charlene's with the Nurses Lounge, and 3 to 4, Jayla, and Trivia with the Encouragers. That's it. We got a whole lineup for you. On Sundays, they doing the gospel special. It started at 12 o'clock.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So,
amen.
Hey, it was nice talking to y'all. We go 7 to 8 next Wednesday. Hopefully, we don't have to talk about the bubble and people going out getting fast food. I'll see y'all next week, man.
Take it easy, man. Much love, guys.
Peace.
If young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you.
Yeah. Yeah. Halloween. Taliban.
I'm gonna shoot you.
Yeah. Jumpin', them boys up to something. They just spent like 2 or 3 weeks out the country. Them boys up to something, they just not just bluffing. You don't have to call, I hear my dance like Usher, ooh. I just found my tempo like on DJ Mustard, ooh. I hit that Ginobili with my left hand, though, like, woo. Lobster and saline for all my babies that I miss. Chicken finger, french fry for them, I wanna dance. Jumpin', them boys up to something. I think I need some Robitussin. Way too many questions, you must think I trust you. You searching for answers, I do not know nothing, woo. I see him tweaking, they know something's coming, woo. Jumpin', them boys up to something, woo. Jumpin', what you expecting, woo. Shout out, Michael Jordan just said text me, woo.
Jumpin'. I just seen the jet take out, they up to something. Them boys just not bluffing, Jumpin', them boys up to something. She was trying to join the team, I told her wait. Chicken wings and fries, we don't go on dates. Noble. I just throw the private dinner in LA. Trapping is a hobby, that's the way for me. Money coming fast, we never getting slow. I just had to buy another set. Feeling Spurs and Phantom Jordan fade away.
Yeah, jumpin', I don't need no introduction. Jumpin', Metro boomin' on production, wow. 100 cousins out in Memphis, they so country, wow. Tell her stay the night, valet your car, come me now. Jumpin', live on TNT, I'm flexin', ooh. Jumpin', they gave me my own collection, ooh. Jump when I say jump, girl, can you take direction, ooh. Mutombo with the bitches, you keep getting rejected, ooh.
Heard they came through Magic City on a Monday. Heard they had the club wild, it was star-studded. A bunch of girls going wild when your chain flooded. And I had them like, wow, cup dirty. Dope man. Money on the counter, choppers on the floor. I just caught that tempo, DJ Mustard, woo. Way too much codeine in Adderall. We just count up big racks, whoa. I know I'ma get my back, whoa. I count all these racks that I have on me now, I'ma have you like, whoa. Chanel number 9, Chanel number 5, but you got them both.
Jumpin', them boys up to something. They just spent like 2 or 3 weeks out the country. Them boys up to something, they just not just bluffing.
Jumpin', them boys up to something.